If I had 5 minutes with you, only 5 minutes, before you walked through the door into the most important year of your life, I would not give you a library of books. I would not give you a complex map of metaphysical laws or a list of 1,000 affirmations to recite until your throat was dry. No. If I could only teach you one single practice from the entire life's work of Florence Scovel Shinn, I would take your hands in mine. I would look you in the eyes, and I would tell you this. There is a master key. It is a key that unlocks every door, softens every hardened heart, and turns every desert into a garden. It is the root from which every other spiritual victory grows. You're standing at a threshold. Behind you is the weight of everything that didn't work, the prayers that seemed unanswered, the doors that remained locked, the no that felt like a bruise on your soul. But ahead of you is a horizon that responds to only one thing. It is not your effort. It is not your struggle. It is not even your positive thinking. It is your blessing. Now, listen closely. For here lies the secret that takes a soul from desperation to demonstration. By the end of our time together, you will not just understand a theory. You will possess a living, breathing tool that transforms the very fabric of your reality. You will leave here knowing exactly how to turn your greatest obstacles into your most profound victories. I have spent years immersed in the wisdom of the greats. I have walked the quiet halls of ancient philosophy and studied the modern translations of the mind's power. I have been where you are, searching, seeking, wondering why some things manifest with ease while others seem trapped behind an invisible wall. In my journey through the teachings of Florence Scovel Shinn, I found dozens of principles. She spoke of the law of non-resistance, the art of not fighting the world. She spoke of the law of substitution, replacing a failure with a success in the mind. She taught us how to cast the burden and how to prepare for the good we have asked for. But as I applied these to my own life, and as I watched them work in the lives of thousands of people, I noticed something. There was a common denominator. There was a single golden thread that held the entire tapestry together. When we are drowning in the noise of the world, we don't need a philosophy. We need a lifeline. Florence taught that the spiritual life is a game, the game of life. And like any game, it has rules. But the master rule, the one that governs all others, is the practice of blessing everything. Everything. The bill that makes your heart race, the person who walked away without an explanation, the body that feels tired, the bank account that looks empty, the dream that seems delayed. You might be thinking, how can I bless the very thing that is hurting me? Understand this. To bless is not to agree with a bad situation. To bless is not to be a doormat for the world's cruelty. To bless is a radical act of spiritual alchemy. It is the most powerful form of rebellion against appearances. When you bless something, you are calling forth the divine within it. You are announcing to the infinite, I recognize that the divine is in this, even if I cannot see it yet. This belongs. I approve of the good that is hidden here. Florence once wrote, bless a situation and you cannot be hurt by it. Think about the depth of that promise. It doesn't say, ignore the situation. It doesn't say, wait for the situation to change, then bless it. It says to bless it now. Because when you bless, you are no longer a victim. You are the sovereign of your own inner world, and your word is law. I know the voice that whispers to you in the dark. I know the one that says, it's too late. The one that counts the mistakes of your past like stones in a heavy backpack. I know the fear that comes when the rent is due and the resources are thinning. I know the sting of seeing someone else get the very thing you've been praying for, the relationship, the promotion, the clean bill of health, while you remain in the waiting room of life. You might find yourself saying, why is it so easy for them and so hard for me? I'm doing the work, I'm saying the affirmations, but nothing is changing. Now hear this truth. The only thing that delays your good is your resistance to what is. Resistance is a wall. Blessing is a bridge. When you resist your debt, you give it power. You feed it with your fear. You keep it alive with your resentment. Every time you open a bill with a heavy heart, you are essentially saying to the universe, I believe this paper has more power than my creator. You are cursing your supply. But when you bless your debt, you stop fighting it. You say, I bless this money that has served me. I bless the source that will pay it. I bless the abundance that is mine by divine right. In that moment of blessing, the wall crumbles. The energy shifts. What you stop resisting, you can finally move through. There was a story of a person in Florence's time who was drowning in debt. They felt the walls closing in. Every time they saw a bill, they felt a physical pain in their chest. They were trapped in a cycle of begging the universe for a way out. Florence told them, stop begging, start blessing. Bless every dollar you pay out. Bless the person you are paying. See it as a gift that returns to you tenfold. This person stopped crying and started blessing. They blessed the envelopes. They blessed the ink. They blessed the delivery. They even blessed the companies they owed money to. And within weeks, the unexpected happened. A forgotten source of income opened up. A no became a yes. The money arrived not because they worked harder, but because they changed their frequency. You see, you cannot bless poverty and remain poor. It is a spiritual impossibility. The vibration of blessing is the vibration of wealth. When you bless, you are tuning your internal radio to the station of plenty. You are telling your subconscious mind, that faithful servant, that you are so rich, so supported, so loved, that you can afford to bless even the challenges. What you bless in another, you attract to yourself. Now, listen closely, for here lies the key to how this works. Your subconscious mind does not have a sense of humor. It does not know the difference between what you are looking at and what you are being. When you see a beautiful home and you feel a pang of envy, your subconscious hears, I do not have that, and I am frustrated that I don't. It records lack. It then works tirelessly to ensure your outer world matches that inner state of lack. But when you see that same home and you speak a blessing over it, I bless that home, and I bless the joy of the people inside. Your subconscious hears home, beauty, joy, blessing. It assumes these things are part of your vibration. It begins to draw similar frequencies into your life. Florence taught that the world is a mirror. If you frown at a mirror, the image cannot smile back at you. You can spend years trying to fix the image in the mirror. You can scrub the glass. You can paint over it. You can scream at it. But until you smile, the image remains unchanged. Blessing is the smile. It is the decision to look at the unformed substance of your life and call it good. It is the realization that you are the architect of your own atmosphere. If this were the only practice you ever did, it would be enough. But you must do it with your whole heart. You must do it as if your life depends on it, because the quality of your life certainly does. This is not a quick fix. It is a way of being. I want to give you 3 sacred gates to walk through every single day. The first gate, the morning sanctuary. Before your feet even touch the floor, before the world asks anything of you, before you check your device or let the worries of the day invade your peace, lie still for a moment. Bless your bed for the rest it gave you. Bless the roof over your head, whether it is a sanctuary of your own or a temporary shelter. Bless the air in your lungs, the very breath of life that is being breathed through you. Speak this affirmation into the quiet of the room. I bless this day and every soul I encounter. I bless the unseen good that is already rushing toward me. I am divinely led, and my path is paved with light. I see only the good. I hear only the good. I speak only the good. Do not just say the words. Feel the warmth of them in your chest. Imagine your blessing as a golden light expanding from your heart, filling the room, and moving out into the world before you. The second gate, the midday alchemy. This is where the work happens. This is the testing ground. Throughout your day, you will be triggered. Someone will be cold. A bill will arrive. A plan you were excited about will fall through. In these moments, your old habit will be to complain, to worry, or to curse the situation. In that moment, stop. Take one deep breath. Look at the situation and say, I bless you. If someone is rude, whisper, I bless you with your highest good. You have no power over my peace, for I am a child of the infinite. If you see someone with the very thing you want, the loving relationship, the vibrant health, the success, do not turn away. Look directly at it and bless it. Say, I bless that success. I am so grateful to see abundance manifest in this world. What I see, I am. By blessing it in another, you are telling the universe, I recognize that. I like that. I am ready for that. You are no longer a separate entity looking on with envy. You are a part of the flow of good. The third gate, the evening seal. Before you close your eyes at night, you must clear the slate. Do not take the day's frustrations into your sleep. Your subconscious mind is most active while you rest. Do not give it trash to work with. Review your day. Bless the successes, however small. Then look at the parts that felt like failures, the moments where you lost your temper or felt afraid. Bless them too. Say, I bless these as lessons in disguise. I release them. I cast every burden on the divine within, and I go free. Bless your sleep. Bless the cells of your body as they repair and renew. And then, bless your tomorrow before it even arrives. See it as a perfect day already waiting for you. I want to speak to you about something Florence knew well, but few people discuss. I call it the period of the void. When you start this practice, the soil of your life might still look dry for a time. This is where most people quit. They say, I've been blessing for 3 days and I'm still tired, still lonely, still struggling. This doesn't work. Listen closely. Do not be deceived by the outer. When you flip a light switch in a dark room, there is a microsecond where the electricity has to travel to the bulb. The light hasn't appeared yet, but the connection has been made. The dark is already over. When you plant a seed, for a long time, nothing happens on the surface. But beneath the soil, things are moving. The seed is breaking open. The roots are reaching deep. If you dig it up every day to check on it, you kill the plant. Blessing is the rain that keeps the seed alive. In your first week of this practice, the change will be internal. You will notice your inner voice starts to soften. The sharp edges of your anxiety will begin to dull. This is the most important part of the demonstration, the peace that passeth understanding. In the second week, you will start to see shadow proofs. These are small signs that the law is moving. You'll find exactly what you needed in an unexpected place. You'll get a message from someone you were thinking about. You'll see the exact resource you needed appear. Do not dismiss these. Bless them. They are the first drops of the coming storm of abundance. By the third and fourth weeks, the external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your new frequency. Doors will open that were previously bolted shut. People will go out of their way to help you. Opportunities will find you. Florence Scovel Shinn knew that the human mind is like a servant. If you tell it life is hard, it will work overtime to prove you right. It will find every pothole, every rude person, every reason to be miserable. But if you tell it everything is a blessing, it will find blessings in the gutter, in the storm, and in the sunrise. It will become a searchlight for good. As you grow in this practice, I want to challenge you to move into the radical blessing. It is easy to bless a flower. It is easy to bless a friend. It is much harder to bless your opponents. But Florence taught that an enemy is often your greatest teacher. They show you where you are not yet free. If there is someone in your life who has hurt you, who has betrayed you, or who currently stands in the way of your progress, bless them. Not because they deserve it in the human sense, but because you deserve the freedom that comes from it. When you bless an opponent, you take back your power. You are saying, "You are not the source of my good, therefore you cannot take it away." I bless you, and I release you to your own highest path. In that moment, the energetic tie is cut. You are no longer bound to their story. You are free to walk into your own promised land. You are not a beggar in this universe. You are not a child waiting for a distant God to decide if you've been good enough to receive a crumb of happiness. You are a co-creator. You are a child of the infinite, and your blessing is your scepter. Why this practice above all others? Because blessing contains everything else. When you bless, you're practicing non-resistance. You are saying, "I will not fight this, for I know that good is the only power." When you bless, you're practicing the power of the spoken word. You are using your tongue to build a life rather than to tear one down. When you bless, you are practicing the law of substitution. You are replacing the thought of lack with the thought of plenty. One practice, done daily. If you do this, you'll become what Florence called a life-giving stream in a dry desert. People will look at you and wonder why you are so calm when the world is in chaos. They will wonder why doors open for you so easily. They will wonder why you seem to luck into the most beautiful opportunities. And you will know, it wasn't luck. It was the alchemy of the blessed heart. I want you to take a deep breath with me right now. Fill your lungs. Feel the life moving through you. That life is divine. That life is abundant. You are not the same person you were when we started this journey together. By the very act of listening, by the very act of opening your heart to these truths, you've already shifted your frequency. Now, I want you to look around the room where you are sitting. I don't care if it's a grand space or a small room you're struggling to maintain. Look at one object: a chair, a pen, a window, a glass of water, and say it out loud. Right now, use your voice. I bless you. I bless the abundance you represent. I bless the hand that made you and the path that brought you to me. Can you feel that? That tiny spark of warmth in your center? That is the light of your own power waking up. You are not broken. You never were. You were only disconnected. You were trying to operate a divine machine with a human instruction manual. Today, we throw away the manual and we return to the source. Go forth today and be a blessing. Bless the traffic that slows you down. Perhaps it is protecting you. Bless the weather that challenges you. It is part of the great cycle. Bless the person who frustrates you. They are a mirror of a lesson yet learned. Bless your body, every cell, every breath, every part of your being. It is the temple of the living spirit. And most importantly, bless yourself. Bless the self that stayed strong when they wanted to crumble. Bless the soul that is brave enough to listen to this and believe that a better life is possible. The universe is not a judge. The universe is a mirror. Whatever you give it, it must return to you. If you give it your blessing, it will shower you with gifts you haven't even dared to dream of yet. Your square of life, your health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression is not something you have to go out and capture. It is something you have to allow. And the allowance is found in the blessing. Before you go, before you return to the noise of the day, I want you to make a declaration, not to me, but to your own subconscious mind. Go down to the comments and type, "I am a blessing," and my life is blessed. Type it with conviction. Type it as if it is already true. Because the moment you speak it, the moment you write it, the law begins to move. And if you feel moved to do so, find one other person in the comments, a stranger, a fellow traveler on this path, and reply to them. Say, I bless your journey. Start the ripple. See how fast the water moves. Remember what Florence said, the walls of Jericho fell because the people shouted. Let your blessing be your shout. Do this for 30 days. Do not miss a morning. Do not miss an evening. When the old habit of complaining rises up, and it will, simply catch it and say, no, I do not accept that. I bless this instead. I promise you, you will not recognize your life in a month's time. You will be walking in your perfect place, under grace, and in a magical way. You are a life-giving stream. Now go and flow. I bless you. I bless your heart. I bless your dreams. And I bless the magnificent transformation that has already begun. Go in peace, for you are already home.